They tore the nameplate from her chest before she could even blink. Her boots still echoed down the marble hallway when the guards grabbed her, rough hands yanking at her collar, fingers unfastening the silver buttons of her uniform, slowly, deliberately, cruelly. The crowd of soldiers fell silent. No one spoke. No one stopped them. In front of the headquarters steps, beneath the burning flag in a sky heavy with war smoke, they stripped her of honor. One piece at a time, and she never said a word. Her name was Lieutenant Anya Ratanak, 29, Cambodian, decorated combat medic, commended twice for frontline heroics near the Thai border, though few here knew it. Her only crime was refusing to falsify a report, one that could have spared a general his shame, but cost a child her life. And now she stood with her back exposed, spine bruised from the fall, her uniform discarded at her feet like trash. No one dared look her in the eyes, not even the officers watching from the shade of their tents. But then the general stepped forward. He moved slowly, a towering man with medals across his chest and fury in his eyes. Everyone knew him. General Vicky, iron-backed, ice-veined, the one whose orders were never questioned. The one Anya had refused. He stood before her, and for a moment, silence. Then he froze, his eyes locked on her back, not her wounds, not the blood trailing from the scraped shoulder blade, but on a single, black ink tattoo just below. The nape of her neck. It was small, simple, a faded triangle of interlocking spears, wrapped in barbed wire. His lips parted slightly. The color drained from his face, because he recognized it. That symbol had once belonged to a unit that didn't exist on paper anymore. A covert squad that saved lives behind enemy lines when the border first erupted. He knew it because he had approved their missions. But they never took credit. They were ghosts, unsung, unnamed. The ink on her back wasn't for decoration. It was a graveyard. Each spear for a comrade, she buried herself. Each knot in the wire for a wound she stitched. Shut in the field, often with trembling hands and no morphine. She had pulled men twice her weight out of burning trucks, shielded civilians with her body, gone 3 days without sleep, without food, because there was always another scream, another wound, another name to remember. But she never told anyone, and she never asked for anything in return. Now here she stood, stripped and humiliated, not because she disobeyed, but because she told the truth. The general's voice cracked when he finally spoke. She was one of them, he whispered. I sent them to die. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Soldiers turned to each other, unsure, uncomfortable, but Anya didn't flinch. She didn't lift her chin or cast a glare. She simply stood there, spine straight, eyes forward, letting silence say what words never could. And then it happened. One by one, soldiers began stepping forward, not to punish her, but to place pieces of their own uniforms at her feet. A belt, a name tag, a cap, even a medal, tarnished but heavy, until a small pile grew beside her, each item a quiet apology. The female nurse walked over with a folded military coat and wrapped it gently around Anya's shoulders. Still, she said, nothing. The general removed his cap, placed it on the ground before her, and walked away. No salute, no command, just shame. Some heroes never need to speak, one soldier whispered. Their silence speaks louder than medals ever could. When Anya turned to leave, heads bowed as she passed, not in fear, but in reverence. And the tattoo on her back, that symbol of sacrifice, remained untouched, undisputed, eternal. There is strength in silence. Some uniforms can be torn, but honor cannot. Truth doesn't need permission to stand tall. Sometimes, the quietest ones carry the heaviest truths. If this story moved you, comment below with where you're watching from. Tell us what silent heroes mean to you. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that remind us what courage truly looks like.